Okay, hello all you crazy people out there. My name is Stupid and welcome back to another round of Angels with Scaly Wings. Okay, so I now have Raise's gun, apparently. That's what I'm suspecting this gun icon on the title screen means. That should throw a couple extra wrinkles if that is indeed the case inside the events of the story. I will continue my journey. In the last couple of runs, I tried getting a good ending with Anna, and that didn't go very well. I can't like put my finger on any specific decision in either of those runs that triggered the bad ending with Anna, or the non-ending with Anna, really, because she just told me to shove off and kind of never spoke to me again. So I think what I'm going to do, where am I? What am I even, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm going to try and find a major decision section, hang on. Okay, this is what I was looking for. I am meeting someone for lunch. I've seen everyone on this list at least once except for Sebastian. I don't know if there's more I can do with Lorem currently. Is Brest gonna mean the drinking game again? It probably is. I'm gonna order some lunch. You know what, Adine? I'm gonna try and, see if there's anything I can get out of Adine by talking to her more than once throughout the course of the story. Or twice, anyway, because, I visited her place that once, a long time ago, I think. When I somehow convinced her to remove the goggles or whatever. Okay, I will let you know how that goes. Later, at least, because I get to do this twice, that's right. I haven't read Sebastian's, thing at all. So this'll be new reading. What's he got to say? I don't know that much about him. He's just kind of a... What? Okay. You're still here. Wait, what? Oh, he's still on the clock. Hang on, what? Did he hang up because he was right outside my door? Is that what I was supposed to get out of that? Alright, whatever. So he's just doing his job, sir. Appreciate it. It's pretty boring when I have to spend all day on my own. I don't really know anyone here yet, so I don't know where I could go or what I could do for fun. Well, if it were earlier, I could have shown you around town and given you the tour, but it's getting dark outside, and I think most places are closed by now. Let me think. Do you like being outdoors? No. I see. Maybe I could change your mind about that. What do you mean? What do you think about camping? That sounds suspiciously like being outdoors. You want to go camping right now. Well, it might not be my best idea, but I'm sure there's much... I'm not sure there's much else we could do at this time. Would it be okay for us to just go outside? I'm supposed to be guarding you, you know. Technically, I'm still on the clock, but your camping would be much more fun than just staying inside and me guarding your door, don't you think? Only in visual novels. Besides, I'm supposed to accompany you wherever you go. You're not our prisoner, so of course you're free to go wherever you want to. If you wanted to spend a night outside and experience the countryside, not only could I not stop you, but I'd be obligated to come with you. So what do you say? Alright, sign me the heck up. Let me just grab a few things. And Tri-Kingdom is playing Prison Architect. One of the prisoners I am not. Well, here we are. I'm surprised we even got a spot this late after what you told me. With a member of the police force and someone who is as important as you are, it's not really surprising. They'll probably regard it as an honor to be hosting us. Where are we exactly? No tent or anything. Oh, tent camping would have been more complicated to set up at the last minute. Is there any other form of camping? What you're seeing here is cave camping. Essentially, they're run like hostels, but you sleep in caves like this one. Well, at least we got some furnishing. Could use a few sleeping bags, though. If you wanted a comfy bed, you should have stayed in your room. This here is the real deal. Okay, sounds great. Just nature in itself. Itself. Just us and nature itself. Close enough. We even have some natural lighting in here. So much for the real deal. We could just sit in the dark if you prefer that. No, I think this'll do. Have you ever gone camping before? I mean, like, once when I was, like, 4. Which doesn't even count, because I was, like, 4. Let's make it a good one, then. You know, I was kind of nervous when I met you here the first time. I could tell. Then again, I also did the whole, like, pitch a tent in the backyard thing when I was a kid. But I don't know if that counts because I think everybody does that and you're allowed to go inside for the bathroom and stuff. Yeah, we'll assume that doesn't count. Okay, it was quite a thing to hear that humans were going to visit our world, but when I met you and it turned out you were just like an ordinary person, that really threw me off. Didn't you meet Reza before? Actually, no. Everything about your visit is clouded in secrecy, so I didn't get to hear much about Reza from Averick before I met you. I see. So are you one of those who expected me to act a certain way because I'm human? Actually, I do not have a bottle of water next to me this time. Actually, that didn't have much to do with it. Any high-profile guests would have made me nervous, especially if I was in charge of keeping them safe. I also happen to be the newest guy on the force, so I didn't exactly want this to turn into a career ender right there. With the whole murder situation going on, you should be careful that it doesn't end more than just your career. Better hope these walls aren't going to cave in then. Stupid! Don't be so morbid. Good point. How long have you been on the force? They didn't assign a rookie to me, did they? Just because I'm the newest guy doesn't mean I'm a rookie. It's been a few years now. Okay, so that means that they don't take people on very often. I suppose that means you don't get many new recruits. Not here, at the very least. This is just a small town, so we didn't really need them all that often. I got lucky when I got this position, because I figured there'd be more competition from the locals. Locals? You don't live here? I live here now, but I actually grew up in a small farming village that mostly consisted of runners like me. Has he mentioned this before? I feel like he's mentioned this before. In another lifetime. Oh, that's just what we call our species sometimes. We've got pretty powerful legs. He does look like a bit of a raptor of sorts. Not unlike Anna, although I think Anna's a little bit bigger. Are there many villages where the inhabitants are mostly of the same species? For sure! It's mostly smaller ones, though, because the bigger they get, the more variety you'll find. And I'm just now realizing that people in the story, and particularly the main character, like to say the words "I see" a lot, and I'm suddenly very self-conscious about saying that myself because I know that's a phrase that I say a lot, as kind of a space filler phrase to acknowledge that somebody has said something and that I don't have any intelligent thing to say back. I only have my hometown to compare, but from what I've heard, there are other villages that are fairly similar. They can only survive like that if they lead much simpler lives or if they focus on a certain industry that the species is good at. So your species is good at farming. Better than the Earth Dragons, at least. Even though they come in handy pulling the plows. Why did you decide to become a police officer? Now we're just interrogating him. I just wanted to see what's out there beyond our vegetable fields, and if whatever was there was like the stories I'd heard. And is it? It's been great. Now that you mention it, I don't really know much about this town either. Well, what would you like to know? Everything. I'm pretty sure I've seen this choice before at some point. It's not allowing me to skip. I think I asked about the land the first time. I'll ask about the people this time. They're a friendly bunch for the most part. Of course, I also meet some unpleasant fellows in my line of work, but luckily, those seem to be the minority. There was also a bit of culture shock when I initially came here with the different species living together, but my police training took care of that. Hey, I have a... Does Renpai recognize Xbox controllers? It does. Cool. I might actually use that because it's quieter than mashing the keyboard. And it fits my hands a little bit better. Alright, I can't believe it's been, how many? 35 videos, and I'm just now thinking of that? Alright, tell me about Bryce and his drinking games. He kind of took me under his wing when I came here, and I've been working with him ever since. Pun not intended. Under his wing. Does Bryce have wings? I don't remember if Bryce is one of the ones who has wings or not. I think he does, but I'm not sure.
Hey.
I found it a bit weird that the big shot himself had to show the country bumpkin the ropes, though. I thought he saw it as a challenge, or that he wanted to scare me away, but honestly, he's been great. Everyone here trusts him a lot. Okay. I'll finish off the people questions first, I guess, before I ask you about the land. Compared to my hometown, it's been quite an interesting change. On one hand, you get all kinds of different people with all kinds of different strengths, abilities, and backgrounds that can make your work so much easier. On the other hand, it also creates all kinds of new problems that I never would have expected. I won't forget the first time I had to follow a shoplifter who also happened to be a flyer. It's an interesting dilemma. What can you tell me about the land? Okay, the land, well, I hear they have fertile soil. Not as fertile as my hometown, though. I was talking more about if they have any sort of industry. Oh, I see. This town is actually quite unique because even though it's fairly small, it has its own production facility. With that, we basically have our own full production chain. So your one factory is everybody's pride and joy here. Is that like the generator factory or whatever? In a way, yes. It makes us fairly independent and keeps everything local. Recommendations or secrets I should know about this town? Secrets? This town doesn't really have any secrets. Oh, by the way. Okay, that hides the thing. What's the log buttons on the Xbox controller? Okay. Left trigger is back, right trigger is forward. It looks like the bumpers do the same thing. Okay, good to know. That's wonderful. And obviously the D-pad and the left analog stick and the right analog stick are for the arrow keys. Not that I know of. Maybe you just don't belong in the inner circle yet. Okay, what do you know about the Mafia, stupid? I think as a member of the police force, I get to see everything that there is to see. Either way, I don't think there's anything that special about our town. But hey, I'm not the only one who's been new here. What are your impressions? Good? Bad? Ugly? It's been a bit hectic. Not gonna lie, the fact that there was a murder investigation on like my first or second day here is interesting, to say the least. Oh, that is understandable with everything that's been going on. Maybe it's a good thing most places were closed. I'm not sure if I would have enjoyed any more sightseeing much. I suppose you're just not a runner like I am. We don't mind staying on our feet. I'm not sure if it was a good idea by Bryce to take you to the crime scene, though. I know he's a hands-on guy, but that really was a bit much. Pun not intended. Hands-on. Okay, what's the pun in there? I'm not seeing it. If you need my help, I'm glad to give it. Fostering goodwill and all that. Well, at least you don't seem traumatized from the experience. Anyway, how about some good fun? What kind of fun are you talking about? I brought some playing cards, a staple for any camping trip. Let's see, what are we playing? Just a little game called Bastion Breach. Ever heard of it? I can't say I have. We often play it in the break room to pass time. It's good fun. The things can get quite heated at sometimes. Hey, did I make the Dungeons and Dragons joke in this story yet? I don't remember if I did. I probably did. Do you call it like, I don't know, hellholes and humans or something? As a bit of a corollary to Dungeons and Dragons? Never mind, I'm done. Let me go over the rules. Sure, this seems like much safer than oh my god. That's a lot of pieces of information. Is this an actual minigame? As you can see, each of us starts with all cards of a given suit on our hands. You'll be the diamonds and I'll be the hearts. Okay? You've got my heart already. Wow, at least buy him dinner first, god. You stole all those hearts, didn't you? Next time around, I'll mess with him. Okay, what's with the clubs? What are we doing with those? What you see in the center is the middle row, which is a line of shuffle cards from another suit. This way, each game is going to be unique since the middle row always changes between games. Now this is how the game works. We'll play around for each card in the middle row, starting with the one that you see at the very left. And during each round, you both decide which card to play, and you put it face down like this. And once we have both played a card, we flip them over. The highest card wins the round, and whoever played it gets a point. That's kind of... Okay, one, what does the club's card in the middle have to do with it? And, two, this sounds kind of like War, the card game. Because that's where you face cards off each other, and whoever plays the higher card gets it. There's not much of a game in it. There's a little bit of strategy, but it's mostly a dice roll. Like, depending on what you know your opponent has and how likely they are to play a high card and all that. Okay, to clarify, 2 is the lowest card and the king is the highest. The ace is a special card. It beats every face card, but will lose against any numbered card. Okay, that throws a wrinkle in things. Now, the card from the middle row also counts, so it's possible that neither of us will get the point for a round. There's a tie. No clear winner between the 3 cards, or the middle row has the highest card. No player will get the point for that round. However, the next round will give the winner an extra point to make up for it. At the end, the player with the most points wins the game. Did you get all that? I did. All about bluffing and mind games. We can always see what cards have been played, so each of us knows exactly what the other player has left. Okay. It's a memory game, I guess. Don't worry, I'll go easy on you. Take all the time you need. Okay. We're gonna kick his butt. A 5 for the first card makes an interesting start. Could try to surpass it with something higher, but if I'm going to do the same, you don't know how high I will go to not only beat the 5, but your higher card as well. Okay. Alternatively, you could count on me trying to beat a higher card and play a low one instead, thus make me waste mine. I'm going to do that. Okay, so this is an actual game. I'm going to assume that every time you play this game, the cards in the middle are indeed shuffled. So that there's actually a game, and so that you don't have to just brute force it like you can with the other interactions, but we'll see. Where's a 4? I'm gonna play a 4. We played a lowly 2 just to see what would happen, and that works out for me, although you did just waste your lowest card, so you have all high cards left. Because I didn't waste like a 9 or a 10 or something on it. Getting to know your opponent and their tendencies is just as important as analyzing potential moves and strategies. Okay, thank you. Oh, right, because, oh god, that was a 5. I wasn't paying attention. I thought that was like something lower, because I can read, I swear. I did not get the point. But the king presents it with an interesting conundrum. Getting him early when the most cards are still available. I'll let you figure that one out, though. An ace beats every face card, right? But the obvious answer for Sebastian is also to play an ace, and that would end on a tie. And I don't know if I want to waste my ace. But we'll see what he does. Okay. Oh, that's right, yeah. I just recited that too, didn't I? And I did it anyway. It does. Especially with the jack, the queen, and the whatever. Or whatever. What beats the ace? Oh, any face number card beats the ace. Right. 6. I'm not too intent on winning this. If there's a Steam achievement linked to this, which I assume there is, I'll kind of study the game later on and see what happens. Okay, so you won that one, and I think you won the last one too, right? Because it was a draw. No, you didn't say anything about it. Why do I feel like he's gonna go high? He still has all of his face cards. Alright, he did indeed go high. 8. Alright, I'll actually make an effort on this one. I could probably look at the remaining cards and see, like, count up how many situations there could be where I'll need a 10 or something, right? Can probably do that. God damn it, Sebastian. Alright, so any number card beats an ace. God's sake. Okay, you are wasting high cards. And I haven't. There's only half the game left, and he's got all the points so far. He's still got his ace, right? So I want to play a number. What are the odds he's going to play his ace? Anyone can still win. Alright, this is a big old mind game. Okay, so there is no other place where I can see you using your ace. Because this is the last face card. Now I'm just blocking him. 4. Okay, up the ladder, I guess, because I'm running out of stuff. Oh, I think this is the tipping point. I don't think I can win, because he has 5 points and there's only 4 cards left. Alright, well, let's see if I can manage to not get shut out. Cool! Alright, well, finally scored a run in, like, the 8th inning. Yeah, the game is pretty much over. Okay, yeah, well, I'm gonna get the last point, but that's too little, too late. Okay. I did. I realized that I can count. Thanks, Sebastian. Alright, I'm just that good. You beat someone who played for the first time ever. Congratulations. Don't be a poor sport about it. Maybe you'll win next time. If there ever is such a thing. Let's put these away. No rematch. Oh, come on. That only took 2 minutes. Alright, whatever. Next time, you can teach me a human card game. I don't know any card games. I do. The aforementioned War. I don't really like War. Because, again, it's mostly a dice roll with a little bit of strategy. But, I also know Solitaire, which isn't exactly a multiplayer game. I know there are versions of Solitaire that you can play with 2 people, but it's... I do prefer regular Solitaire. Don't make any jokes about how I don't have any friends. Maybe we should get some sleep now. I imagine it'll be just as busy tomorrow as it was today, and let's not forget that I have to get up early to report about all of this. Okay, so that is Sebastian. So how do you like your bed of rocks? It's alright. I would have preferred, like, grass or dead leaves or something, but rocks will do, honestly. Okay, so that's it for chapter 1, right? That's it for chapter 1. We saw a scene with Sebastian for the first time. I'm gonna end this off here. In the next part, I don't know, probably Adine and Sebastian again, we'll see. My name is Stupid, this has been Angels with Scaly Wings. I hope you all enjoyed that. I will see you all later. Yeah, why not?